As crazy as it is to say, I used to be a fan of Asmongold, and I've watched his downfall with a great amount of sadness. He didn't used to be like this. I mean, he was always a neckbeard, neat, basement dweller type guy, but he was nice. He was even progressive. I remember days where he would call out transphobes in his chat, he would correct misgendering, he would call out racist jokes. I mean, he was a different person back then. Take my word for it. Now, though, he's become a monster, for lack of a better term. Oh my god, this clip alone, the one that I'm about to show you guys, really feels like he's just... I don't know what happened. The gas leak in his house must have gotten worse. The rotting of his teeth up into his brain must have gotten worse. That does happen. Like teeth can rot up into your skull cavity, and it can affect your brain. I don't know if that's what happened to him, but it's definitely, knowing his hygiene, it's possible. That does cause dementia. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, let's check it out.
Our schools are created in order to cater and to make the bottom 10% of the population succeed. So whenever we have schools that are created and made as basically, participation awards for people that shouldn't even be, that you shouldn't even allow this person to know what electricity is.
So essentially what he's describing are disabled people? Like, unless he's just exaggerating about people who are not very bright, but like he's just talking about disabled people, right? Like, disabled people shouldn't be allowed to know what electricity is? I see, like, what he's referring to right now would have to be like special education classes and stuff. So are we just, should we not be doing special education? Yo, he's on to nothing. Trust me, his chat thinks he's cooking right now. Is he talking about himself? Oh, keep in mind, Asmongold and his family grew up as massive welfare queens who were absolutely leeching off the state, and he proudly has stated that they were actively trying to get as much money from the government as possible without ever having to work, because they didn't want to work. They were, like, lazy. And now, like he proudly states that, like, his streaming career is, like, his lazy lifestyle finally working out for him and leading to him being successful. Like, he considers this, like, the dream job because he doesn't have to, like, work very hard, is the way he sees it, right? He's got, like, clippers. He just kind of... He doesn't do any research. He doesn't debate. He doesn't put in any effort. He just talks on camera, gets millions of views. His clippers spread his clips everywhere. He's living the life. He's living the life. But remember, growing up, he was very much a welfare queen loser who was, like, leeching off the state and everything. So his perception of poor people is highly colored by the way that he grew up, because he really was that that stereotypical loser, lazy poor person who just chooses to be poor because they don't want to work. That is what his family was growing up. Now, I do want to mention as well, by the way, if you're an Asmongold fan and you get mad at me, you disagree with me, or you want to call me out on any of my things I say about Asmongold here, or his beliefs or his takes, feel free to join my Discord server. I will debate you on stream about it. I am happy to do so. If you think you can own me or dismantle my takes on Asmongold, then I welcome you to try. I don't think you can, though. Let's see, though. Let's see.
This person shouldn't even know what a computer is. They shouldn't know, they shouldn't have a smartphone. They should have like a rake or a plow or a shovel, and they should just be digging holes all day. Or like an axe or something, like a pickaxe to break rocks up. Like, that's what they should be doing. Everything else beyond that is...
Most of them are. Like, that's the thing, though. Like, most of these people end up in prison as barely paid slave labor, doing, like, menial repetitive tasks all day. Like, the irony of this is that Asmongold's just describing the system we already live in. When he talks about his ideals, he talks about the system we already live in, and then he complains about a system that we don't live in, and the problems that the system we don't live in has created. And more often than not, the problems he says exist aren't even real problems.
It is ahead of their capacity. But these people, we have to pass them and graduate them through school. You have to understand that the top 10% of Americans are very intelligent and smart people. The problem, you're not... People are really not going to like this. You're not being oppressed by the top 2% of society. You're being oppressed by the bottom 2% of society.
That is the core of the brain-dead, brainwashed, conservative worldview. It's not the literal trillionaires, which we now have, that are fucking us over. The literal, like, pile, like, the dragon's hoard of cookies, and this guy is sitting there at the top of it saying he's trying to steal your cookie, to the guy with one cookie sitting across from the brown guy with no cookie. It's that meme. Mind you, Asmongold is a millionaire, and he got to be a millionaire through playing video games and sitting on stream. This dude doesn't even, like, make videos anymore. Like, he used to back in the day, but, like, for the last decade, he just live streams, and he's not particularly well-researched, he's not particularly entertaining, he's clearly not trying that hard. This is a guy who's had life handed to him on a silver platter, basically. He rose from nothing to a millionaire with literally no effort. And he believes that everyone else who hasn't gotten to where he is now is just so lazy that they couldn't put in the bare minimum of effort that he did to become a millionaire. He's just good at Warcraft. I mean, he wasn't good at, I mean, he was good at Warcraft. Like, he was certainly not, like, a below-average player. But what he was good at was having enough free time, which, you know, being a NEET with, like, eventually a pretty successful online career, he could spend all day running dungeons and raids from past expansions, getting super rare mounts. And that's what he was famous for, was, like, he had all the mounts. Like, he's a mount collector. That's what he was famous for. Like, that's considered being really good at WoW if you have mounts that, like, no one else does. But it's more so a function of how much free time you have than how skilled you are. That's how WoW works. Like, if you're the world's best WoW player, you're a guy with no job, and your job, if you have one, is probably just to play WoW all day. Just don't give him a game with any reading in it. Exactly, Saxolotl.
And the bottom 2% of society.
Yeah, wait a second. This is the guy who literally... This guy is actually, might be clinically retarded, by the way. Like, I'm full... I know it's, like, very ableist, but I'm talking about Asmongold here, so my filter is non-existent. Give me a moment. Okay, there's multiple clips. So, here's some examples. Here's Asmongold trying to beat the tutorial of Hogwarts Legacy.
So, care to step into the ring?
I'm ready.
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular!
We'll make you regret signing up.
What?
He's not reading. He doesn't read instructions. He didn't read that. He doesn't know how to guard himself.
Okay, alright. I'm trying to figure out how this works.
You didn't read the prompt telling him how to block.
I can't think. Shit! It's too many buttons for me to learn at the same time, bro. I can't. Fuck it. Shit! Oh, S. I don't know what my keybinds are.
Guys, I need you to know we are farming Asmongold for content from here on out, okay? Asmongold is the most prolific conservative on the internet right now. We need to basically, like, designate, like almost every stream I should be doing a segment responding to Asmongold's newest videos. He's just that dumb, that influential, and that, like, dangerous as a figure. I feel like I need to become, like a third of my content just Asmongold reply guy. Like, it's infinite content, too. He's just that dumb.
Jesus Christ!
Hilariously, there's a video of him laughing at the Cuphead journalist. That's the funny thing. The Cuphead journalist guy who couldn't beat the tutorial, who is not, by the way, the guy who, like, plays games. He was an editor. As in, like, he makes sure there's no typing errors in the, like, reviews for games and stuff. But he, being an employee of the company, got early access to the game and got to play it early because it was an indie game and they weren't being super strict on who got to play it. And because he edits articles for a living, he wasn't exactly great at the tutorial, but the clip of him trying to beat the tutorial became a massive viral thing about how games journalists can't beat games. And so Asmongold was laughing at that. But here's him trying to beat the tutorial for a modern AAA, like, easy, hold your hand through it type game.
Care to go again?
Oh my god, bro! Okay, D. I forgot I don't know where my keys are. W? No, I went the wrong key again. Okay, just give me. Let me think.
Okay, I'm caught up.
Protego.
Leviosa.
I just fucking shit! I hit the wrong. Dude, I just cannot do this.
Like, all he had to do was read the instructions on screen. He's proud about the fact that he refuses to read any instructions when he plays a game. Here's a Reddit thread saying, anyone watching Asmongold's playthrough, he's so bad at the game, in reference to Lies of P. Asmongold is absolutely god-awful at every game I've watched him play. He doesn't talk to any of the NPCs, skips all dialogue and voice acting, 16 hours in, and he hasn't noticed the Stargazer teleport shows quests and then people want to talk, or when people want to talk, calls the game bullshit and bad design every 10 minutes, calls every NPC a bitch, and tells them to shut up. Thankfully, when I'm done watching Co-Carnage catch up to me on my second monitor and switch to Asmon, I set him to 1.5x speed to watch more hilarity of him refusing to change handles/blades on weapons and throw himself at bosses. So let's go ahead and hear Asmongold's take again after all that.
By the top 2% of society, you're not, people are really not going to like this. You're not being oppressed by the top 2% of society. You're being oppressed by the bottom 2% of society. And the bottom 2% of society have caused all of the manifest problems in your lives are caused by the bottom 2% in society. That's it.
Does WoW have words? Yes, but you can generally play it without reading. And like vanilla, you kind of had to read, but it didn't take too long for people to make add-ons that let you get like quest markers and stuff, and those got added to the game pretty early anyway. So like you could just really not have to read it, and you could figure things out. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yep. Yeah. Pretty much, Kratos. Pretty much. Yeah, Asmongold is like a genuine farm of Brainrot. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, he is a genuine brain rot farm. Hell, here's what he said earlier today. This is him speaking on why apparently Western devs cannot make good games anymore.
Failed an unholy trinity of failed theater kids and failed artists, woke retardation, and infinity middle management. And this has created the unholy
Buzzwords. Also failed? Really? Making, like, big budget games that sell like hotcakes and are massive blockbusters? That's failed artists now?
Trinity of bad Western video games. That is the main reason why we have every game that is garbage now, is you have people that are working on them that...
It's none of the things to do with the predatory practices in the industry. It's not overpriced games. It's not gambling. It's not companies trying to, like, own game mechanics like Warner Bros. patenting the Nemesis system. It's not, like, season passes or games as a service or the fact that, like, live service games get shut down and all the things you paid for have gone away. This is all... So maybe he does agree that these are all problems because they're the problems he talked about before he became a anti-woke chud grifter. He doesn't talk about them anymore, though, from what I've seen. But if he did, he'd probably just blame it on wokeness, if I'm being honest. Yeah, like, none of these issues are the real cause. It's wokeness. Wokeness is the cause. Okay.
Want to make this video game their vision and their ideology, and they're a visionary, and they're a misunderstood artist, and all of this other fucking self-aggrandizement, fucking mental masturbation garbage. So there's that. And then you also have the people that are like, well, we need a character that has this, that, and the other thing, and we can't have the bad character that's disabled because then it would look bad. It's ideologically not consistent with me. And then you also have like 3 or 4 levels of management and HR that are just wasting everybody's time and money, creating artificial problems and then solving them so they don't get fired.
Okay. All right, what else is Asmongold saying today? Asmongold explains why he refuses to play by his opponent's rules. Okay. I'm assuming no debates? Is that what he means?
To the extent that you don't have the same goals that I do, I will not accept your rationality and your reasoning. And I will not capitulate my goals to what you think are acceptable. Because your goals are not aligned with my own. So it's not important to me, and I don't really care about what you think is unfair or biased or partisan because your approval isn't important. You already disagree with me, and
You have fuck you money, so you don't care. You're grifting for attention, not even for money anymore. That's what's so sad about it. Like, we know you don't care, or at least you care insofar as you can rage bait people into giving you attention. But, like, yeah, at this point, we fully understand that you are entirely, fully, completely bad faith. I'm still willing to debate you. A lot of people on the left are still willing to debate you, or even just have a conversation about what you believe, and you refuse. You refuse because you know that you have a monopoly on your platform and the minds of all the people that you reach. And you can claim that you just don't want to platform lies or whatever, but the fact is, you know that your beliefs, your ideas will crumble apart in moments if you platform even Hassan, who is not exactly the doomslayer of debating conservatives, right? Like, even if he brought Hassan on, his worldview would fall apart. He knows that people would immediately realize how stupid he is, and that's why he refuses to platform the ideas that contradict his in real time. As long as he can respond with some nonsense argument to whatever is said about him in a call-out video, it's not a big deal. He can literally make a non-response, and people will still take it. But if he's in a one-on-one convo, and he gets drilled down on, like, point, response, counterpoint response till Asmongold's got nothing, he is terrified of a moment like that happening. And there are 1,000 ways to get Asmongold to that point on 1,000 different issues that he has dug his feet into the sand real hard on, and it would not look good if he got challenged on them. And he knows it.
you don't want to do the same things that I want to do. So why would I compromise a person that's on my side to earn the approval of a person who wants me to lose? There's no logical or strategic advantage to doing that. So I would never do it. To the extent that you don't have...
So yeah, basically he's arguing, I guess, why he votes for Trump despite saying that both parties are bad. Asmongold is pretty knowledgeable on bird law, though, to be fair. He might be. He might be. I know that he worked at, funnily enough, his old job was at the IRS, which is pretty funny. There's a few people you could bring on to Asmongold's stream that wouldn't be smarter than him. It could be someone with the same viewpoint, and he could somehow convince the other person to change their mind. Oh, you mean there's very few people you could bring on stream? Okay, yeah, I get what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Asmongold, I think he knows that he doesn't have... His views are weak. He might be a pretty decent arguer or debater, but I think he knows that his views, his politics are weak, and they will not hold up to scrutiny. I came into exquisite lighting. That's the sun, my friend. I just got my window open and the sun's shining on me. Anyway, if you enjoyed this segment, what I had to say, consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon to turn on all notifications. Follow my social medias linked down below in the description, and consider going the extra mile to support the channel by donating, subscribing, gifting a sub to somebody else on my website, super chatting, donating, or however you might want to support me over on YouTube. I always appreciate it. And thank you all for watching.